Hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here this evening for Josephine's Place 2021 Fall Annual Dinner. And again, this year it is virtual, and although we're not together, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for being with us. Okay, so we're here in spirit as we celebrate commemorating service on this Veterans Day. We have an amazing evening tonight and so excited to be here. But let me start off by first introducing myself. My name's Yolanda Lofton Sims, and I'm actually one of the board members here at Josephine's Place. And tonight's lineup is going to be fantastic. We are going to hear from the amazing women at Josephine's Place, our amazing volunteers, and some other things that are lined up. But we have Liz from the VFW who's going to be making our signature cocktail this evening. She's an amazing mixologist, and it's called Rock the Red, White, and Blue. So we will make a toast once that happens. We also have the silent auction, which is going to be taking place this evening. So remember, you only have 24 hours to get those bids in, and things are going to go quick, so don't forget to do that. In addition to that, we have our 50-50 that's going to be taking place, and that will be drawn later. One important detail I forgot to mention. If you want to give throughout the night, all you have to do is text GIVE to 76278. Again, that's text GIVE to 76278. For example, if you wanted to donate $500, you would text GIVE 500 to 76278. So we're going to take it over to Gail to see how everything is going at Josephine's Place.
Hi, welcome to Josephine's Place. We're a nonprofit center for women here in Elizabeth, New Jersey. We were founded in 2003 by the Sisters of Charity of St. Elizabeth and be providing services for the women ever since. So welcome, and let's go inside. So tonight we'll hear a little bit about our honorees who are great. We have Wakefern Food Corporation as Corporate Partner of the Year. We have Mary Phillips of Phillips 66 as our community leader. And we have Kevin Cummings, who's the CEO and chairman of Investors Bank, as our honorees. We'll hear from our volunteers who, without them, Josephine's Place could not fulfill its programs and instructions and classes. But Yolanda, before everything starts, I'm throwing it back to you at the VFW for our signature cocktail, Rock the Red, White, and Blue.
So tonight, after we make our signature cocktail, do you remember those boxes you got with all those goodies in there? Well, then we're going to do our paint and sip. So come along with us as we have an amazing evening.
In thinking about how to introduce this part of our program tonight, I started thinking about cocktails and the people who make cocktails. Cocktails create a spirit, and that spirit is all-encompassing. It's about the room, it's about the glass, it's about the maker of the cocktail, it's about the people in the room, and the companionship and the conversation. In a way, it's about life. Cocktails are handmade, they're not prepackaged. It's all about what makes them special. And what about the people who create the cocktails? Whether you call that person a bartender or a mixologist, each knows how to take a special group of ingredients and put them together in their own unique way to create a result that's delightful to us. There are no rules about cocktails. It's all in the hands of the person who's making it. I see an analogy here between cocktails, the cocktail maker, and Josephine's Place. At Josephine's Place, it's all about the spirit, and that spirit is all-encompassing. It's about the women who come to Josephine's Place to learn, to gain life skills, to support each other, to be with each other, to share their cultures. It's about the staff and the volunteers who are the mixologists, the people who make the cocktail. They have a way of taking what's available to them in the community and in the environment and putting it together in a unique way that solves what the women need. and what gives them life skills. And it's about the result. The result is that women come to Josephine's Place, they learn new life skills, they improve their family situation, and by improving their life and their family situation, they improve the community and they improve society as a whole. So on behalf of the entire board of Josephine's Place, thank you for your support. Thank you for allowing us to make this cocktail each and every day, a cocktail that improves society, improves our community, and so we all benefit. And oh, by the way, enjoy the cocktail that we're just about to make.
Well, I want to welcome everyone. This is a charity event for Josephine's Place, and we're actually celebrating service tonight at the VFW. This is Colonel Burns. I am the lucky Mrs. Colonel Burns, retired. We're both,
Yes,
I'm not retired.
retired.
I'm not retired yet. I'm still working. He's retired. So, to start our service, we are going to start the service at the bar. Hopefully everybody at home is going to have a little fun trying to do this. I normally say don't try this at home, but tonight we're going to try this at home. We're going to make a rock the red, white, and blue, because we are going to be layering red, white, and blue liqueurs or drinks. Somebody's excited over there about our drinks already. So let us start. Whenever you want to start with a layered drink, you start with grenadine. It's the easiest thing. It's red, it's heavy, syrupy, sweet, sugar, high sugar content, goes right to the bottom of the glass. So if you have to make any fun cocktails, including red and green for Christmas, red and black for Halloween, or in this case, red, white, and blue, it's perfect. You start with your little dollop of your lovely grenadine, and it's always going to stay right at the bottom. It's the heaviest liqueur that we have, at least in the United States. Can't speak for other countries. Now we're going to add some ice, because that's how we're going to rock it. So you can add a few cubes of ice in here. That's going to help us with our layering. Do you have any questions yet?
Nope.
No, he's getting ready. He's going to be my sampler. Okay, next part. We're going to go with the white. White can be clear vodkas. I have a whole assortment here of different flavors. Or you can do a white liqueur. This is a really delicious white liqueur. It's a white chocolate from Vienna. The way you want to pour the next layer after you do your grenadine, if I don't drop the bottle, take your little spoon, and you can use a regular spoon at home, doesn't have to be a bar spoon. You want it to touch the liquid on the next layer, and then you want to dribble this layer on top very slowly. But it has to touch the red layer and try to make the layer this way. So when we're done, and we remove, by the way, this is delicious. And if you were at my angle, you'd see a really lovely red base and a beautiful white base on top of it. Now we're going to go for the blue. This is where it gets a little more challenging, because everybody loves blue curacao, but it's a heavier liqueur most of the time than a lot of the other middle layers. So we're going to cheat a bit. We're going to use our blue liqueur on top. We're going to go slow. It's going to probably sink and go under the white, and that's okay, because we're Americans and we don't let anything stop us. Nothing. And then, just in case, because we're all very healthy, we're going to add our blueberries because we need our antioxidants. Put that on top. You let that settle, and the red, white, and blue is actually red, blue, and white, but it's still delicious. So you can taste it first. He usually drinks martinis, so be ready. What do you think?
Nice, very nice.
Of course,
Very
that's
nice,
what he's
very
going to say.
nice.
Thank you very much. So enjoy your cocktail, start the show, and if it turns purple, nobody's at home watching, don't worry about it. Have a good evening.
What an amazing cocktail that was. Delicious. So take a sip as we get ready for our other activities. Gail, I am so excited because you know what time it is? It's time now for a paint and sip.
We're here for fun too. So with us is a little bit of a paint and sip. I have not only my friend, but artist Heather Wilano. She was a volunteer here at Josephine's Place and did our last painting session right before COVID hit. So with that, you are very accomplished as an artist and you have led many a paint and sip. So I'm going to turn over tonight to you. Go for it, Heather.
Thank you, Gail. Okay, thanks for coming to the virtual gala. I'm Heather Wilano, and we're going to work on this lovely Americana sort of painting today, going along with our service theme. When you finish, your canvas will not look exactly like my original. It won't look like my canvas here, and it won't look like anybody who's in the room doing it with you, and that's just how it's supposed to be. So in your gift box, you should have a canvas, some type of little easel to put the canvas on. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to look like yet. So first step, big brush. Now the brush is square and flat, so are the stripes. Very simple, right? I'm going to start by taking some white, and I'm going to bring it over so that we still have the clean white there, okay? Again, just watch me first if you're here. Just watch. Bring some clean white over, and just the teeniest amount of black. Just 2 hairs of the brush like that, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfectly blended. Just enough so the paint doesn't look white, okay? And the first thing we're going to do is sort of lay out our flag, okay? So up in this corner, some sort of a box. Do you see how I sort of drew it? I drew it a little off kilter. That's what I want. I'm imagining a flag lying down on the table, kind of ripply. Maybe there's something under it, okay? We're not talking about a flag mounted on the wall that's perfectly flat. Okay, and then I'm just going to put in the stripes. And I'm going to give them a little bit of a curve too. Okay, so they can be a little skinnier in places and a little wider in places. All that's fine. That's what happens when you have a textile lying down, right? That's how you kind of see the movement in it. And we're not going to worry too much about counting them. I'd say probably if you have 4 or 5, that's great, okay? So that is kind of, and they don't have to be perfect. As we go back over them, we can change them up a little bit if we don't like the way they came out, okay? Okay, so that's our very first step. Okay, so when you get that step done, we're going to wash our brushes out really well, squeeze them out really well, so they're really clean, and we're going to go to the red paint, okay? So we're going to load that paintbrush up really well. A lot of times people think if they have tiny bit of paint on the brush, it'll be easier to get a nice clean line. Not really. Get a good amount of paint on the brush. You know, it doesn't have to be like dripping off, but you want enough on there just so you can control. And we're just going to go very smooth, put in those red stripes. Okay? We're not going to try to get them perfect because they're moving. If you pick up a little bit of that gray that we used to lay it out, that's absolutely fine. Okay, just try to get them on there. Good and bold. We're going to go back and shade them in a few minutes. So don't worry too much if they're not perfect on the first pass. Let them dry a little bit. And then you want to go back in with some more paint and make them a little bolder. You can. But we want to get that on there and give it a minute to dry because we don't want the whole canvas to turn pink. Okay? So try to get the red on there and then stop painting for a few minutes. And we're going to move on to our next step. Okay? And when you're done with that, wash the brush off and give it a good squeeze.
Thank you. Josephine's Place wouldn't be what it is today if we didn't have the founding by the Sisters of Charity of St. Elizabeth. With us tonight is Sister Maureen Shaughnessy, General Superior of the Sisters of Charity. And I'd like, if we were in person, we would be having a blessing on behalf of all of us. So Sister Maureen, would you please say a few words?
Good evening and welcome. On behalf of all the Sisters of Charity, I welcome you to this gala evening. May it be one of celebration, even though it is virtual. We are united in spirit and committed to the mission of Josephine's Place, which empowers women and provides a safe place for them to gather and to engage in activities and programs that serve their needs. As we begin this evening, Let's pause to ask for God's blessing. Good and gracious God, we give you thanks as we gather today in support of Josephine's Place. We are grateful to all who join in contributing to the success of this wonderful ministry. The women who come to the center, the many who support it financially and enable its work, and the wonderful staff headed by Gail Driscoll. Bless in a special way our honorees, Kevin Cummings of Investors Bank, Wakefern Corporation, and Mary Phillips of Phillips 66 Bayview Refinery, and our volunteer honorees, Ellen Travis Ramirez and Arlene Driscoll. Their lives witness to the theme of this evening's celebration, service to our country, to our communities, and our center. We ask all of this in your Son and our brother's name, Jesus the Christ. Amen. Enjoy the evening.
Our night wouldn't be complete if we didn't hear from our partner in the city of Elizabeth, Mayor Kristen Bolwich.
This is Mayor Chris Bolwich. Tonight, we're celebrating many people who have contributed to Josephine's Place. And the theme, Celebrating Service, not only talks about our healthcare workers, but those who serve in the military and throughout our county and our city, whether it be in police or fire or EMS, Trinitas, just to point out a few examples. Over 20 years ago, Sister Judy came to my office and she talked about forming a place here in the city of Elizabeth or another municipality that strictly catered to the needs of women, immigrant women, women on the fringes, women in needs. Here at Josephine's Place, Sister Judy created a dream that continues this day under the leadership of Gail Driscoll and the Board of Directors. And truly, the men and women that you honored here this evening have helped contribute to the success of Josephine's Place. And the many women who have come through here, who may not have had a place to go, a place to find the next meal, or a place to understand how they can build a resume and create a job, they've learned it here at Josephine's Place. So I want to thank all of the partners, all of the people who help contribute their resources or their time to making Josephine's Place a success. We cannot forget Sister Judy and her commitment, but we thank Gail Driscoll for her leadership today and look forward to many more years of success here at Josephine's Place.
Josephine's Place is a space for women. We'd like you to hear from our women themselves.
My friend Nixa, who is from Guatemala, she told me, Amanda, I know that you want to learn English. Why you don't go to Josephine's Place? So I came with my children, my 3 small children, and I got Josephine's Place like at my house. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy they came here for a long time, and I had a lot of new people in here, and I know we are in progress. This is Josephine's Place. Josephine's Place lets us learning, but at the same time discover new programs.
And I told my friends, my neighbor, I say, you want to learn? We go to Josephine's Place. If you like exercise, they do the exercise. You like dance, different. Mm-hmm. And she said, I want to go there.
I've been coming at Josephine's Place more than 10 years. We have party, back to school, go to the museum, go to the beach. My mom coming from Peru, and she's resident. She lives with me and my daughter, and she received class here with the Lourdes sewing class. Sometimes she coming with me arting class too.
My name is Floribela. I love to come to Josephine Place to learn. I've been learning different kind of stuff, and I love it.
My name is Patricia Morocho, and this year is the phenomenal year for me, and I say thank you, God, for everything I received in this year. When I stay in this country, I never think is have everything I have. I follow my dreams, and I study too hard, And I say thank you, Josephine Place, for help me, because everything helped me. I'm working school. I'm personal assistant right now and teach for other children. And I'm so happy. Say for other ladies, dream for too much. Follow your dreams. Everything is possible. And I say thank you for everything.
Gracias.
Thank you for Josephine Place changed my life.
Thank you for this girl. She continues to.
Josephine's Place wouldn't be what it is today if we didn't have wonderful people, organizations, corporations in our corner who partner with us. Tonight we're honoring 3 very, very special honorees. Wakefern Food Corporation as corporate partner. Mary Phillips of Phillips 66 as our community leader. And Kevin Cummings, CEO and chairman of Investors Bank. And all of these honorees share our spirit of service. We're so proud of them. I'm here at Wakefern for the Corporate Partner Award. With me is Joanne Holland. She's also the secretary of our board, so I thank her many, many times. But as far as a corporate partner, Wakefern was there when we needed them. As COVID unraveled, they stepped up and they were the lead sponsor for our Summer in the Box. And they've continued to be a supporter. So we thank them. They've been great partners over the years. And thank you, Joanne, for all that you do for Josephine's Place.
Thank you. Gail, thank you very much on behalf of Wakefern for Josephine's Place recognizing us for all of our support and contributions we've given over the years. From a personal standpoint, it has been very satisfying to me that my organization has been there to support something that I deeply am committed to and embrace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joanne. Mary, it gives me no greater pleasure than to present the Josephine's Place Community Leader Award to you. We've known each other for a very long time. We've been out in the community. I see you in action, and also I know how much you have been involved with Josephine's Place, and even from an advisory board to being a internal advocate for us with Phillips 66. So you are a wonderful partner. You are a wonderful leader in the community. Everyone knows your name, and we're really very proud to give you our Community Leader Award for 2021.
Thank you so much, Gail. Thank you. I'm so honored that Josephine's Place has chosen me to receive this Community Leader Award. It means the world to me. I've worked for the Bayway Refinery, Phillips 66, in Linden, New Jersey for over 44 years. And the past 20 of these years have been in the role of Community Relations Coordinator. I am so fortunate that I work for a company that lives the values of safety, honor, and commitment. And I'm proud of the forged partnership that I've been able to develop with Josephine's Place and also with other community organizations. Phillips 66 is a company that makes it a priority to give back to the communities surrounding our business operations, and it encourages all employees to work for the greater good. As some of you may know, I served on the board at Josephine's Place for 6 years, an opportunity that allowed me to assist in the development of important programs for the women at Josephine's Place. And I am thankful that I am able to continue to support Josephine's Place with the encouragement of Phillips 66 through event sponsorships, through grants, through volunteerism, which helps provide the women with the tools they need to succeed and improve their lives. Congratulations to all of tonight's honorees, and thank you, Gail, and everyone at Josephine's Place for recognizing and honoring me this evening with this very lovely award.
Kevin, you're no stranger to Josephine's Place, as well as other nonprofits. As CEO and chairman of Investors Bank, you are the living embodiment of your core values of character, commitment, cooperation, and community. But also your employees have embraced those same core values. I got to see it firsthand, particularly when COVID hit. Your people worked tireless on our behalf. We were able to get our PPP loan through Investors and they worked very, very hard on for us, as well as other grants and other opportunities for funding and things like that. And I can't say enough about your local branches. They're really wonderful people. So with that, I thank you very much. You once said that this bank was built on serving the needs of people. And we share something similar because Josephine's Place was built and opened its doors to serve the needs of our women. So on behalf of Josephine's Place, we offer you our Mother Josephine's Marie Humanitarian Award to you as head of all of Investors Bank.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
It's an honor.
Thank you very much.
Great. Well, I accept this award tonight on behalf of my colleagues, the employees at Investors Bank. Every day since I became CEO, I've asked our team members the same simple question. Are you going to be a leader who serves or a self-serving leader? And I truly believe it's only through serving others do we begin to grasp what being part of a community really means. Without our employees' dedication to each other and to our communities, we could not do the great things we do. And it's only in service to others, in striving to have a positive impact in people's lives, that we come to understand what it means to be significant, to create a legacy and live a purposeful life. So tonight I urge everyone to join us in supporting this very special place and the amazing things it does for women. With our continuing support, both time and resources, Josephine's Place can continue providing these vital services. When we give to this organization, we aren't only ensuring that the lives of these women will continue to be changed for the better, we are ensuring that the lives of their family members and their loved ones are as well. We are doing God's work and making a great difference. Investors Bank and our Investors Foundation have had the great privilege of serving this institution for many years. But more importantly, watching firsthand the good this organization has done for women in our community. Over the past 18 years, Josephine's Place has become like a second home to thousands of women, many of whom struggle with economic hardship and limited English proficiency. Josephine Place provides vital ESL education, computer training, mentoring, and most importantly, friendship. Caring about the whole person helps acclimate these women to living and working in our new country, and it ultimately makes a big difference in their lives. Please join me in thanking Josephine's Place Executive Director, Gail Driscoll, and her dedicated team for all that they do. And I also want to take a few moments to extend my appreciation and great gratitude to a woman who stands as a giant among us, a servant leader who has answered God's call to make a difference for others, Sister Judy Mertz. I met Sister Judy through her brother Frank, who was a great mentor and a great role model for me. But Sister Judy has founded Josephine's Place and has served as its director for 16 years. And under her leadership, she created the center as a space where all women are valued, respected, and empowered to achieve their dreams. Her influence has been profoundly felt by thousands of women who have crossed the door of Josephine's Place. She has been a sister of charity for more than 60 years. Her life has been marked by her exceptional leadership, her commitment to helping others, and serving as a role model for me and especially women. It has been said that angels are just ordinary people who can help us believe in miracles again. Well, I can't think of a better description of this phenomenal woman. She is one of those treasures that you are blessed to have crossed in your life. Sister Judy, I thank your servant leadership and all that you have done for so many in our community.
Thank you, Kevin, for your kind words. Thank you for the way that you have supported Josephine's Place over these past 18 years. You have seen and heard the needs of the women and all other people in this great city of Elizabeth. Thank you as we live out that celebration theme of service, honoring those who have served and continue to serve. Thank you to the Sisters of Charity for their wisdom to see that such a need was present in the city, to empower women to become whom they are meant to become. Thank you, Gail, for your leadership, for your willingness and your ability to carry the mission of charity forward. Thank you to all our donors, our volunteers, all who in some way have provided service to the women and children. Thank you particularly to our women, for their presence in here has made it possible to fulfill Josephine's mission. Thank you for them, for they have been empowered with skills that have provided them with work, with becoming better moms, and providing a quality life for all their family. Thank you to these women because of their presence. You have empowered other women to learn skills that otherwise they would not have. Thank you for carrying this legacy forward.
Thank you, Sister Judy. It was so great to see you.
Okay, so take a minute and let that dry and watch my next step, okay? This one's going to be really simple. There are stars here, but we're just ignoring that for now, okay? I got a nice clean brush. The only thing that's a little tricky about this is that we do want it to be a pretty solid blue, okay? So I'm going to go up here and kind of put in my blue square. Try not to mess with my red that's drying, right? And if you do sort of a cross, see how I'm doing this? It's like an infinity or an X. You won't get stripes so much. You'll get more of an all-over color of blue, okay? So try not to go back and make it too going this way or all going this way. We want one brush stroke to kind of overlap the other one. And we're going to put plenty of paint on there.
Mine's is purple.
Yours is purple. You got to wash your brush. If it gets too purple, let it dry and do it again in blue, okay? So if it's very translucent, depending on exactly how the paint is or how your brush is or how your painting technique is, just let it dry a minute and go back with a second coat. Mm-hmm. Now, if you let this dry, this should be your opportunity to go back, and if there's anything that has a really like skippy edge or something funny you want to change, this can be when you're able to do that. So we're going to start with just white, and we're going to go back and put in those white stripes, just really laying it down there nice, trying to get a nice edge. If your paint is a little dry by now, and you want to sort of just dampen your brush a little bit, but you don't want to add a lot of paint, especially a lot of water to it, because first of all, your water's dirty at this point, and second of all, that'll just make it drippy and kind of a mess, all right? So, but if it just seems like, see how mine is very dry because it was the first color I put out and the last one I'm using, right? Okay, and I'm gonna go back, and first thing, I'm just using that big brush, just kind of filling in those white stripes. Okay, and then I'm going to do the next step so you guys get an idea of this. Okay, white paint, and just add, again, that small amount of gray to it. And what we're going to do is we want to look at these stripes and think, Okay, where might there be a little bit of a shadow? Okay, maybe down here where it's going down a little bit, we're going to add a little gray in. Maybe toward the corners. I think that gives you a really nice effect. If you sort of gray in the white stripes at all the sort of corner edges, sort of gives you the look of it sort of lying in a little bit of a heap, right? Okay. And then go back once you've decided where the dark parts are. And then if it's too dark or too streaky, you can go back with just white and sort of work it in a little bit so that you still have those highlights. I mean, I would say the light, you want the whitest white probably right down the middle of the canvas, right? As if there's a spotlight on this flag. Okay, so whitest white right in here, darker toward the corners. But again, wait for, you can see how my red was a little bit wet and it becomes a little more difficult to get a clean edge, okay? So just give it a minute, or if you're at home, you can always go and blow dry it a little bit. But wait until you get a nice dry edge until you try to go back with this step.
As part of our evening, we always want to acknowledge our volunteers that are the lifeblood of Josephine's Place, which allows us to deliver our services to the women and have them learn and grow. We have two phenomenal volunteers that we're honoring tonight. With me here is Arlene Driscoll. She's part of our fundraising and events committee. So through your help, we have reached this particular, actually through COVID, phenomenal goals in our fundraising, and you've been a major force behind that. So Josephine's Place, from a sustainability perspective, we're just so happy you're on the committee. So thank you very much, Arlene, and just a token of our appreciation.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. As Gail mentioned, I am a member of the Event and Fundraising Committee, and this committee is comprised of a fantastic team of hardworking, passionate women who are dedicated to the success of Josephine's Place. This recognition is evidence to this great success of this team of volunteers and their dedication to Josephine's Place. We all support Gail in her ongoing efforts to make Josephine's Place more successful and really to make the women of Josephine's Place stronger and more successful in their own lives and their communities. On behalf of the entire committee, thank you very much.
Thank you, Arlene. We have Ellen Travers. She came through as an English instructor when we had just reopened from COVID, and she's been working tirelessly with her class. We couldn't have thanked her enough, but also through Ellen, we were able to have a great partner in hot yoga that gave us donations for our back to school, as well as a yoga program and things like that. So not only are you a volunteer, you're an advocate on behalf of Josephine's Place. Mm-hmm. So we truly appreciate all that you do, and I can't thank you enough. So this is just a token of our appreciation for you as a volunteer.
Well, thank you. It's an honor and it's a privilege to receive this. The real joy comes every week, every Thursday morning when I show up in the class with my enthusiastic students who are open and willing and happy to be there. As the daughter of a federal immigration judge, it's even more touching for me to see these women want to learn English so that they can become American citizens. So thank you.
You're very welcome. You know, suave, yes, suave, okay? So she said it was a hard feeling, not soft. Okay. This is Julia Cespedes. She's one of my students. She's had the privilege of becoming an American citizen recently, and we are more than proud of her and happy to welcome her to our American community.
I am very happy to become an American citizen. It brings my happiness to be part of this country.
Please welcome her.
Thank you.
The final step I'll give you now too, since my blue is more or less dry. I'm going to go back with the white or maybe some of the gray too. And I'm just going to put in the stars. I'm not going to count the stars and try to make it perfect for a perfect American flag. I'm just going to put in a few, okay? And if you like, they can be very star-like. If there's a spot where the flag is a little bit folded, you really might only see sort of a portion of the star. Or if you like, just dots work too, okay? What you do see on the American flag is that it is staggered. So if I had one line here, say these are the stars here, my next row would be in the middle, sort of like that, okay? Just to give you an idea, okay? So see how some of my stripes are darker on the edges and then a little lighter in the middle? Okay. And then some of the stars, you see the whole star, some of them, maybe the flag was a little bit bent and you don't see the whole thing. And I would use my little brush now, okay, for the stars. You're gonna do the stars or the stripes?
I want to do the stripes first.
Okay, so big gob of white, little bit of, tiniest bit of black. There you go. That's actually pretty good, right, like that. You can always make it a little darker. It's probably a little harder to make it lighter once it's gotten too black, okay? You can do that, but you just want to be sure that whatever gray is underneath is very dry. Oh, these look great. Everybody's look really good. What a great job you're doing. Terrific. Yeah. How are you guys doing?
I don't know. Definitely, like the paint was still wet. I'm hoping maybe if it dries.
Yeah, it'll dry a little. You can cover that up. Yep.
I'm scared to put a star here and there because I'm thinking I'm going to mess it up. But I'm feeling like really happy with this right now.
It's like
Yeah.
that Christmas tree.
It does look like a Christmas tree. Like
You know, the
You know what?
holidays are
Just put
coming.
like a dot or two.
Okay.
As if it's folded and you're just seeing a little bit of the star. Because otherwise it does kind of look like you stopped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is right here.
There you go. You don't have to make it a whole star. There you go. That's good. It's hard. Doing things that aren't literal is absolutely the hardest. I mean, like, you know, it's, yeah, it's very hard. And what you can do is, once it's dry a little bit, look at it again and say, what could I add a little bit? Maybe sometimes it's just one place where the paint dried a little funny and you want it to smooth it out a little bit. Or maybe you want to clean up one of the stars or one of the stripes a little. So at this point, you should have white stripes with some shading. You should have red stripes. Blue field over here with some type of stars on it, okay? If you wish to go back and do around the corners, that's great. Final finishing touch, by all means, put your initials on it. Another really nice thing is to put the date. Sometimes you might not remember the whole experience that well, but having the date will give you some context. You'll look back at it, you'll say, oh, that's the year we did it virtually because we couldn't have the gala. So by all means, put your name. If you have space and time, put a little bit of a date on there. And I hope you enjoyed doing it. Thanks for turning out.
Heather, you did an amazing job. Those paintings look great. Everyone had a phenomenal time. How did you do at home with your paintings? What you can do, take those and post it to our Facebook page so everyone can see. A very special part of tonight's event is our service honor roll. To those men and women who have served in our military, to our first responders, to our doctors and nurses and teachers who have given tirelessly, we want to say thank you for everything that you do.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountain to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
The night wouldn't be complete if we didn't thank those that helped plan and organize tonight's virtual event. So thank you, Arlene. Thank you, Lois. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Yolanda, for being our host and on the committee, as well as thank you, McCare. Your hard work definitely showed in tonight's event. We hope everybody enjoyed it. And I think we're to the point that it's our 50-50 time.
It is that time, 50-50 time. And we have here retired Colonel Drew Burns to pull the ticket.
Wow, there are a lot of tickets. And the winning ticket is...
I had an amazing time this evening, and I want to thank all of you for joining us this evening, and we look forward to seeing you at our next event.
Thank you so very much for coming tonight. Josephine's Place is a special place for us and for you. We thank you for sharing your evening and celebrating service with us.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me, and it's your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.